It's day 12, just checked out of my hotel and heading away from Andermatt now. Keep watching, find out what goes on today. Hi, I'm Roger. This is Roger Rides for AT. So today heading away from Andermatt. The day starts with a climb. And then it's a long gradual decline, a couple of blips no doubt, down through Liechtenstein to my hotel for tonight. Barely 100 yards from the hotel and straight into the climb. I have this for about 5 miles. The Oberalpen Pass. So I've just come up there from the town of Andermatt down there, heading off in that direction is the Furka Pass from a couple of days ago now. A bit more of the scenery. I'm heading that way. I'm only a mile in. So I got moving at a decent pace this morning. Left the hotel even once the bike was loaded and everything. Probably still an hour earlier than most other days. It's a 90-odd mile ride today. Once I get this first 5 or so miles out of the way, shouldn't be too bad. That's the 4th time I've seen this Ferrari up this hill. Zigzags of the Furka Pass are still visible. This will probably be about the last sighting of them once I get just a little way around there, which is where I'm heading. This is deceptive. It looks almost flat. It's a 6% gradient. You can see the altitude there, 2,046 meters. According to my Wahoo, 6,727 feet. Climbing so far, 1,945 feet since I left the hotel this morning, which was 6.7 miles ago. A little over an hour of riding. How far have I gone downhill? 1 foot, that's it. A few Brits over there just about to go for another drive. Which way are they going? Back down towards Andermatt. Well, after climbing the best part of 2,000 feet in the first 6.5 miles of this ride, I think I've earned this coffee and nut stick. Little breather. Most of the ride now is actually downhill. Only another 84 miles to go. Catch you later.
the bottom of those cliffs over there is where the river runs. On a bit of a climb, and then we'll go back down to meet up with the river in a bit. Wow, I know I don't like heights, but just come down there. That's the road bridge, and below it is the River Rhine. That's the general direction I'm heading. I've still got some lumpy bits to go. And that's the general direction I've come from.
My parents said when they did it, I'm like, yeah, smoke him up.
I think I may have been wrong back there about that being the Rhine. I think that's just a feeder into it. Not sure. I'll weigh it up later. I'm now following this cycle path here in this direction. And at this point here, I'm crossing the border into Liechtenstein. So I've just crossed the border back into Switzerland. A fraction under 3 miles to go to the hotel. So time to wrap up, I think, for today. By the time I get back there, it's going to be 89 miles, maybe a fraction under. 3,500 feet of climbing. And you could say that today is the first day of what I'd originally thought of for doing. If you look back at one of my previous videos where I talked about coming up with the idea for this route, I said that it started out with an idea of following the Rhine from source to exit into the North Sea. Well, today that's picked up the Rhine from up in the Alps, not far from Andermatt, where I was staying, and it's followed it down here, this point here where it forms the border between Liechtenstein and Switzerland. I'll have to check the exact numbers, but I think this will have put me on about 930 miles for the trip. That's not too bad for 12 days, considering one of those was a free day and I had a little bit of climbing, you could say, as well. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Only a couple of miles now. See you tomorrow.